Hi, everyone. This is Janine, and welcome back to Turn the Page. I hope everyone's having a really good day out there and everyone's feeling pretty good. We're getting closer. This is 14th of January. A few more days. We're going to have some celebrations, and I hope that you'll join me on my channel. We'll multi-stream to many locations, and you join in. I think there's a party afterwards at 7 o'clock p.m., so there'll be two shows on the 20th, and uh, possibly have a new co-host with me. And we'll introduce her at that time. And also, too, I think there's the noon inauguration, and then obviously we can watch it together. You guys could chat about whatever you want to chat about, and then we'll also put together the party. We'll do the party and celebrate. So that should be fun for everyone. I hope you join me. All right, so I did want to kind of talk about behind Trump's rhetoric, what he's been talking about. And I haven't had time to put this all together, but let's just, this is coming from the Patriot Post, and I give credit where credit is due. This was written by Thomas Gallatin, and I'm going to go through some of the things that he's talking about, specifically the Gulf of America, Panama Canal, Canada, and then Greenland. So those are the four, obviously USA, right? So those are the five things then. So Donald Trump wants to take over Greenland and the Panama Canal, as well as rename the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. For a good measure, he jokes about making Canada the 51st state, and he's willing to use force to make it happen. At least that's what the mainstream media has been reporting. So what is Trump really up to? Well, it's a bit of a typical Trumpian hyperbole mix with actual intentions sprinkled with just the right amount of trolling to keep everyone confused, and that's what he does well. So does Trump really want Greenland? Is Trump really willing to use force to take Panama Canal? And would Trump annex Canada, making our neighbors to the north of 51st state? Is Trump serious about renaming the Gulf of Mexico? Starting in the reverse order, answering the renaming of the Gulf of Mexico is a definite yes. Okay, we're going to be changing the name of Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America, he stated during a press conference in Mar-a-Lago Estate. What a beautiful name, and it's appropriate. It's also once again floated raising a very serious tariffs on Mexico and Canada to get them to help stop illegal immigration. Trump intends this as a tangible issue to further his argument regarding Mexico's complicity in mass migration. It's basically a verbal flex move. The notion that the president would rename the geographical location is not unprecedented. Under Barack Obama, and Mount McKinney in Alaska was renamed Denali, and the traditional name of native tribes gave it. Furthermore, under Joe Biden, numerous U.S. military bases such as Fort Bragg is now called Fort Liberties. If you recall, I was trying to determine that on one of my shows. And I didn't even know that it was renamed, but there you go. Were the renames due to woke hysteria over honoring Confederate generals? In other words, Trump renaming the proposal is far from outlandish and unprecedented. Indeed, we are all the rage in Washington these days. But what if Trump calls for Canada to become the 51st state? Is it a genuine agenda item? The answer is no. But Trump is trolling Department Prime Minister Justin Trudeau like a cat and a mouse. Well, he's gone now. So Trump is enjoying prodding. He was enjoying prodding Trudeau, and clearly Trudeau can't take a joke. This isn't a snowball chance in hell that Canada would become part of the United States, he retorted. Workers and communities in both the counties benefit, and both the countries benefit from being each other's biggest trading and security partner. That was in response to Trump telling reporters that he wouldn't use military to annex Canada, just economic force. He was using that term quite often the last few days, economic force. You can almost hear his mischievous grin when he says it. So the truth is that in the fraud between Trump and Trudeau goes back to his first term. Trump took the umbrage at the Young Canadians leader who clashed with him over his America's First agenda. This was highlighted by a moment at the 2019 NATO summit when Trudeau was caught on camera appearing to mock Trump, with European leaders saying Trump was late because he takes 40-minute press conferences off the top. At the time, Trump responded by calling Trudeau a two-face. You're two-faced, adding, I find him to be a nice guy, but the truth is, I call him out on the facts that he's not paying 2% of GDP for defense. And I guess he's not very happy about that. Now, Trump remains standing while Trudeau's political career is basically over and he's gone. And he leaves his Liberal Party in shambles. Now, let's see here. So what should be made of Trump's comments on the Panama Canal and Greenland? Well, let's take a look at this. As with Canada, Trump asked if he would use military force to gain control. His answer, I'm not going to commit to that. It might be that you will have to do something. Look, the Panama Canal is virtual to our country. We need Greenland for national security purposes. Again, he's using this national security purposes, and we need them for the economic security. The Panama Canal was built for our military. If you didn't know that, please go back and take a look at your history. Then he stated, the Panama Canal is a disgrace. What took place at Panama Canal? He's asking everyone. Jimmy Carter gave it to them for $1, and they were supposed to treat us well. I thought it was a terrible thing to do. Okay, so Trump is right about the Panama Canal and the Greenland being imported to the U.S. for both national and economic securities. Our biggest geopolitical foe, Communist China, has been aggressive in its efforts to spread its Greenland for over decades. China has had its, aggressive in its efforts to spread its influence worldwide, including across the Western Hemisphere. China's had its sights set for Greenland for over a decade. That's news to me. I didn't know that. It was aggressively courted with the spartial population, semi-autonomous island with promise of foreign investments. In return, the Danish embassy in Beijing set up a fast-track program for Chinese citizens to travel to Greenland. Greenland is located along the critical maritime route. It's also a strategic region of the U.S. military and host of America's northernmost military base. Pontificate Space, formerly known as Thule Air Base. Furthermore, the island is rich with rare earth minerals, which is essential to many high-tech applications, including U.S. military weapons system. China has cornered the market on these essential minerals. The Panama Canal is also strategically important to the U.S., specifically for economic security. If China were to gain influence over the canal zone, it would specifically impact the flow of goods and costs of commerce. Furthermore, it could impede the movement of some of the naval vessels, which were especially troubling given Beijing's intention for Taiwan. All right, Trump is looking to check China, not simply engage in some of its expansive vanity. Our current president has been sleepwalking for the past 4 years, while President-elect is smarter than virtual of all the critics. Donald Trump wants peace, but he knows what must become much stronger and show Communist China that we are not pushovers. That's why he's raising these issues. And I hope that all of you are at peace with this information. Please, if you want to know more about these authors and more stories I'm going to be bringing you from America's News Digest, it's called the Patriot Post. And please go out and subscribe to it, if you will, and also help donate, because they're bringing very good information, and I love sponsoring them. All right, everyone, take care now. and I'll see you real soon.